Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, welcome. This is our very first hair routine video. We are going to do the boys' hair routine today and show you guys a little lock maintenance, how I keep up with the maintenance of their locks with them being children and me having two of them. I'm just going to go through the entire process and show you guys how I get it done. Again, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. This is the first of many videos like this one. I'll be doing hair routines for the boys more often with their lock maintenance, as well as hair routines for myself and Gigi. So welcome to our channel. Everyone who is not new to our channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video and learn something while you're here. I obviously start out with washing their hair. Retwisting or interlocking locks is always best done on clean hair. At least that's just my opinion. I do wash their hair much more often than I retighten their locks. But again, I wanted to give you guys a glimpse at the entire process, so I went ahead and washed it. And I'm going to make sure that it's completely dry before we move on to the next phase. Well, not really completely dry, but not like dripping wet, because it is good to have the locks damp. It makes them easy and more manageable to work with, in my opinion. As you guys see there, they have a bit of lint in their hair, which always happens because they lay around on things, they don't keep their hair covered, and they're just kids and they're boys. So they always have lint in their hair, and each time that I wash their hair or that we go somewhere, whatever we're doing, I'm always checking to make sure that they don't have lint in their hair. That's just something that I have learned to live with. So I'm starting here with just going through his hair and detangling some of the pieces that are very tangled. And I have my spray bottle where I'm going to continue to spray each lock as I'm retwisting it, because again, that makes it more manageable and less taxing on the hair. You can see that Bentley has a lot of new growth here. You put the needle in and attach it to the end of the lock and just pull it through like you were crocheting braids or crocheting or knitting. But you always want to make sure you go in an opposite pattern direction. So the first time we did side to side, so now we're doing up and down. It's supposed to be like in a weaving motion, okay? So that's how it looks up close, and you're gonna just lock the end of that needle onto the end of the lock and pull it through. A lot of people do not like interlocking because they feel like it leaves holes within the lock, but if you do it right in that weaving motion, side to side and then up and down, or north to south and then east and west, you will not have holes in your locks. Now, because Bentley has fine hair, he has some hair that has come apart from the actual lock, and I'm going to just take it and wrap it around. So we're about halfway up the back of his head. And as you can see, a lot of that new growth is gone because we have interlocked it. And it's easier to me when you retwist. You have to use some type of moist substance. In most cases, you have to use the clamps, and then it has to dry. This is just easier for me because when I'm done, I'm just done. They don't have to sit up underneath the dryer or do any of those things that kids really do not want to do, okay? Because they barely want to let me do this. So retwisting it with a liquid substance and then having to dry it and take the clamps out once it's dry, that's just not, I'm not about that with two kids. So this is just another angle here, and as you can see, we're starting not from the root but from the bottom of the new growth, and we're just going in that weaving motion. We're going in from the side here and pulling it through, and because we did the side last time, now we're going from the bottom and pulling it down, and then we're gonna go back from the side.
I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright. There's a reason for my feelings. There's a reason why I'm healing. Yeah, I feel higher than the ceiling. All because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep in love. Yeah, 'cause you really get me. Make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep in love.
One way that you can be assured that you won't have any holes or gaps in your lock is to not go through the same hole twice. Don't go the same direction twice. That's what usually leaves a gap and you don't have that weaving pattern. And you can kind of see that opening in the middle, so that way you know you probably went left to right the last time, so now you want to go up and down. There's all that new growth, and we're going to start at the bottom of the new growth. I just take a bobby pin and hold the new growth back because it's a lot. My children have such thick and beautiful hair that I have to pull that new growth back so that I can get it good as I want it. If you don't know if you're at the bottom, I just take it and slide the crochet hook up and down like that to be sure that there is no opening underneath there before I go ahead and pull it through, and that's how I avoid those gaps.
So sweet, talking till we asleep. Every night I fall deep in love. Yeah, 'cause you really get me. Make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep in love. Yeah, wait a minute. Don't you leave before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute.
There it is. We're getting somewhere. Most of the time I do this over the course of 2 days, so I'll do half of Bentley's and then half of Benjamin's, and then the next day I'll do the other half of Bentley's and then the other half of Benjamin's, because it is a lengthy process, especially for a child or children, because they get restless. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this lock with water. I do that on each one because the hair is damp because I just washed it, but also spraying it with water each time makes it more manageable. It avoids putting so much tension on the scalp. There was an opening, so I went in right there in the middle of that lock and pulled it through to close that opening, and now I'm starting back on the new growth. When I get closer to the scalp, I always make sure that I go in with my needle lying down flat against the scalp, because that avoids it tangling. It really doesn't matter when you have a lot of new growth ahead of you, you just slide it through anyway. But when you get that close to the scalp, I like to lay the needle flat down and slide it through, because that avoids it getting caught on their hair, and that does hurt.
You really get me, make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep in love. Yeah, wait a minute. Don't you leave before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss ya. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. should catch up on my reading. I should catch up on my eating. Yeah, but it's hard to keep a thought straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like? Yeah, I feel higher than a mountain, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees, my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love.
That's the opening right there, and I can tell that last time I went left to right, so now I'm going up and down. Here's Benjamin, and we're going to get started on his hair. As you can see, his hair is much more coarse than Bentley's. The process is the same for the both of them, but Benjamin never usually has as much loose hair around his lock as Bentley's because his hair isn't as soft as Bentley's is. So his locks stay locked tight together because he has tight coily hair like his mama. So again, we're just doing the left and right and up and down. That was a up and down. So now we're gonna go left to right. And his usually goes a bit faster because he's older. He sits more still. Again, I don't have to wrap that loose hair around his like I do Bentley's. So I just weave his, go to the next one, weave his, go to the next one. So his process usually goes a bit faster. It always seems much easier to do any sort of natural style on hair that is extra coarse, and his hair is extra coarse, so it's much easier for me to get it done.
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright. There's a reason for my feelings. There's a reason why I'm healing. Yeah, I feel higher than the ceiling, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees, my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love. Yeah, wait a minute, don't you leave me before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss ya.
In my water bottle mixture, I use 2 parts water and 1 part Ultimate Herbal Oil by African's Best.
I should catch up on my eating, yeah, but it's hard to keep a thought straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like? Yeah, I feel higher than a mountain, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees, my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love. Wait a minute, don't you leave before I get to kiss you.
After I'm done interlocking their locks, their dad gives them a lineup. Now they do get lineups more often than they get a retighten, because if their locks have grown and they have a lot of new growth and we want just a quick fix, a lineup always gives a fresh look without having to go through the entire process. But this time they just happen to have needed a retighten as well as a lineup at the same time, and it worked out because I was able to show you guys. So there's Benjamin all done, and now Daddy is going to come in and start the lineups on both of the boys.
Fall deeper, love, yeah. 'Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deeper, love, yeah. Wait a minute, don't you leave before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss ya. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. I should catch up on my reading, I should catch up on my eating, yeah. But it's hard to keep a thought straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like, yeah. I feel higher than a mountain, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, talking till we asleep. Every night I fall deep, but love, yeah. 'Cause you really get me, make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep, but love. Wait a minute, don't you leave before I get to kiss you. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute, I can let you go before I kiss you. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is a minute with you is a minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is a minute with you is a minute with you is all I want.
Stick around to see photos of how both of the boys' hair turned out after the entire process. Definitely be on the lookout for more videos like this one for more hair routines. As you guys know, I have 4C natural hair, so I will be posting videos of my hair routines and how I maintain my own hair once I take my braids out. And I also do updates and just more maintenance and hair routines on the boys, myself, and Gigi. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you so much for continuing to come back to our channel each time. If you are new to our channel and this was your first video and you're still here, go ahead and subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys again. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you in our next video.
My knees, every night I fall deep, but love.